Now, this will be a shorter video than usual, but I want to express my gratitude. It's been a year exactly ever since my father passed away, and I know it has probably hit a lot of you guys really hard. You guys seen him in the videos. He has been of a huge support to the channel for the many years, ever since going back to my old channel. I know many of you guys were shocked when you heard the news exactly a year ago. And well, this video actually came to my mind last minute, and I was able to at least get 3 YouTubers, or former YouTubers you could say. One of them actually came back, which was pretty good news. We have the Cars reviewer, we have LittleHarky, and we have Dinoco Blue 43. I didn't want to share my memories alone. I know that my friends, my YouTuber friends that I was able to meet throughout the years, they also had pretty much a connection with him, whether it had been meeting him in person or even just seeing him through the videos like you guys. So let us hear what they had to say, and then I'll go off and leave some final remarks at the end.
My first ever Cars meetup was with Gabriel and the Cars reviewer. Now, I had to beg my parents to make this happen because, well, it would be a 2.5-hour car ride, and also we had no idea who they were. They were strangers online, except for whatever they had in their videos. So eventually, I had to pass the phone to Gabriel's parents, and I remember very vividly that they've hit it off because, well, I come from a Hispanic background, and so does Gabriel. And so when you put 2 and 2 together, well, it was a pretty well thought out piece in the puzzle that really just fit together. So it happened. We all went together. We went to Gabriel's house. We went around hunting at Targets, at Walmarts. We went out to eat. It was the best time. And I feel like a lot of that had to do because his parents were so accommodating. They were very kind. They knew that we weren't from the area. And they knew how to treat us because we felt treated with respect. And it was very inviting, very much inviting energy, especially because afterwards, I believe about a couple months after, my parents trusted them to have me over for the weekend. And I got to hang out with Gabriel again and, hang out for a weekend. And it was very much a great time. But that wouldn't have happened if they weren't so inviting and so trusting. So when I heard that Gabriel's father had passed away, that really shocked me because he was such a kind man. Both of his parents were. But in a way, his father reminds me of my father. Compassionate and very empathetic. So when I say that I'm very sorry for your loss, Gabriel, I mean it, because I can't imagine the amount of heartbreak you are going through, especially after a year. But always remember that he was a very kind man, and even after all this time, I still remember him. That's all you have to do, just keep the memory. And I always will have your back, friend.
My very first memory of Papa Prado, who I unfortunately never did get to see in person, of course, but I still feel very grateful to at least have heard and known about him through Gabe, of course. He always seemed like such a great character. I enjoyed whenever he made almost cameo appearances at that point in Gabe's videos. Even going back to Gabe H. Man, I distinctly remember the Mildred Bylane review outside of Toys R Us in the parking lot on that nice chilly Sunday morning. Obviously, who was the cameraman? Papa Prado himself. He was such a nice person. I always appreciated how he always looked and helped Gabe, even like beyond cars, but just his personal life, helping him be a good person. I could even see that, even as far away as I am, but sometimes just online you can even see how great of a person someone is. I can do no more than to honor him with this small video recording of audio. Rest in peace, Papa Prado, and you will never be forgotten. I'm blessed to have heard about you and how great of a person you were.
Well, it's been 1 year, guys. One year since Papa Prado left us, and all I gotta say is that he was such a nice man, and I had the opportunity of meeting him not once, not twice, but 3 times, and every single time, he was as kind and as generous as always. I remember this one time that I had brought a diecast from Canada to show to the Cars police, and then we left the Cars Police's house. We went hunting, and I forgot my own diecast at their house. And Prado drove all the way from Walmart to their house to get it for me, so that I could bring it back home. And you know, it just showed how generous that person was, and he was always welcoming. I was always welcomed in their home with open arms, and I really do miss Papa Prado. And yeah.
All of that was meaningful when I was listening to that. Even the Cars reviewer, he actually mentioned something I completely forgot about. The Cars reviewer mentioned that my dad ended up returning from Walmart all the way back to the house just to pick up the diecast that he left, because apparently it was a rare diecast. Because the Cars reviewer and I, ever since he came to the house, we actually did a little trade. That was like a little custom to do. As a matter of fact, I think I'm remembering the exact diecast now. The one that he actually got, the David Hubscap without a headset. Reason being I gave it to him those many years ago was because I never seen David Hubscap without a headset in the movie. So I was like, you know what? This is inaccurate. You know, Cars reviewer, here, take it. That's yours now. Man, can you believe it? Even just him reflecting on my dad when he came over for the first time, I'm just like, wow, he just remembers that? I don't even remember it. But just looking at that, you could see that my dad, he was one who will go all out. All right. He will be one who will go all out. Whatever he wanted to support you in, he will encourage you. When it came to my craziness of YouTube, he actually supported. He recorded videos when I asked him to. As a matter of fact, when I started the content creation process, he was the one who was my cameraman, you can say. I used to sit on one end of the table. He sat on the other end. And right then and there, we just started a review. So yes, the person behind the camera was him. And he probably didn't even care of the editing and stuff. Well, back then, I really never edited. I would remember. I would probably say some silly remark about a car, and he would just let out the laugh. He'll let out the laugh right behind the camera. And then right there, you already know who my cameraman is. He tolerated me with the many times that I bugged him. And I mean, I bugged him to go to the stores, get me this type of car. If I were at school and I couldn't even get out of the school just to go hunting, I'll be like, yo, Dad, you're on a special mission here on the list. This is the car that I need. Please go find it. I showed him images. I showed him many reviews just to make sure that he knew what he was looking for. And at that point, I got a feeling that he already knew which diecast I had, which diecast I never had before. So there are just too many memories, all right? There are too many memories to just even go by. But we can say that my dad, he definitely was a big help ever since the start of the content creation journey, even heading into the Cars Police, me going back into collecting, and him allowing it and him tolerating me and him actually willing to be on camera at times, especially the vlogs when we used to go hunting. That made him feel like he was part of you guys, right? He made him feel that he was part of the TCP family, or the recruits, as we like to call you guys. So we just continue to say, rest in peace to my father. And as I am a believer of Jesus Christ, I do have a faith-based channel, but I just do want to say it here to also encourage you guys. No matter the subject that we're doing on this channel, I always have faith that my dad, even if he collaborated so much, I am going to see him one day. I am going to see him one day when Jesus comes back. And that is going to be the best day. It's going to be called a day of victory. There are so many ways that we call that event. Basically, the redemption or the great resurrection, the great morning, blah, blah, this and that. There are so many names, but that is the encouragement I want to give. That's why you see me pretty at peace, because I am a firm believer of that. And that's why I have been given hope. That's why I've been given peace, because God, he's a provider of all that. And I don't do this channel without having God's direction, because, you know, God, he's the one who leads me in everything I do. And I want to make my father proud, even though he's not aware of what's going on. He is currently sleeping. He is unconscious. He has no clue what's up. I am definitely trying to fulfill his legacy, or continue on his legacy, but at the same time, going by what God wants me to do. So I appreciate you guys for watching this video. I appreciate my friends who collaborated, LittleHarky, Cars Reviewer, and Dinoco Blue 43. I appreciate those clips that you guys sent over. And I'm still laughing at the memory that was brought up that I completely forgot about. And yeah, let us continue. Let us continue strong. Let us continue faithfully. And let's be excited for what the future holds.